It's been delightful to have a very uh, profound crowd here, mixed with architects, technical people, sponsors, and a very good platform provided by iDAC. Uh, it's my first time to be associated with this forum. Um, it's very nice to hear your uh, associations and activities all around Pan India to promote uh, architecture industry, that collaboration. So let me move on to my presentation since the time is running. Uh, yeah, let me introduce my topic. It's one of my projects, ACE College of Engineering, Trivandrum. I would like to introduce this project along with other concept, that is sustainability, as a few of our uh, previous presenters were introducing their products. In fact, all of us, all of your the sponsors and the product uh, galleries here are more familiar to us architects. Um, it's about green practice. So I would like to introduce our experience through this project regarding green approach. We had a very good introduction about our firm. Still, I'll just go through our practice. Our practice is a blend of teamwork, research, innovations, and collaborations. We are continuously striving to bring in value to our interventions, exploring sustainable strategies, adding more smiles and memorable moments to life of the user. Uh, in this, almost it has been 20 years I am into practice, collaboration with different people, their expertise, artistry, places, culture, and many more. We believe architecture is an extension of the creative prowess of human minds. It's a platform to document, share experience from one generation to other, from experts to young minds, and vice versa. So we have been fortunate to associate with a lot of premier institutions in India. Especially, we have been consultants to ISRO since 2007, and with the Reserve Bank and many other prestigious institutions. About our practice, we have been inspired by our team of experts, our gurus, interactions with the gurus, and spreading knowledge through workshops, and our young team. And this is our team. And I'll just go through a few of our projects. This is Amset building in Trivandrum. The interiors, churches, Villa Halton, private residences, religious buildings, the cathedral. That's a last one is a project for ISRO. Social architecture should be consciously designed for an environment that encourages a desired range of social development, looking forward for a better generation. I'm just coming to the project, that is ACE College of Engineering. About the project, it can be termed as a single largest building for a engineering college or a technical campus. All the 5 departments have been housed in a single building of 2,50,000 square feet. So the site is located near Pachalur, Trivandrum, about 5.5 acres of land, and it has been completed in 2013. And about the client, it has been promoted by Manar al Huda Trust, uh, institution who's handling almost 20 plus educational institutions in India and abroad. Um, it has been led by Chairman Dr. M.K. Kamaluddin. His vision to provide state-of-the-art environment for young generation to have exposure and uh, come at par with the international educational standards. And this is our project team. Any project wouldn't be a success without the team. So let me introduce a panel of consultants. We had educational experts, structural consultants, landscape consultants, electrical consultants, green consultants. In fact, this was a Griha registered project, and acoustic consultant, fire and safety, plumbing, and etc. With an eminent panel of consultants. In fact, I'll come into each of them. In fact, two of them, landscape consultant, in fact, our guru, architect Vishwanathan sir, and Mr. K. Abu Bakr was supposed to join me on this day, but since due to their health issues, they couldn't travel down. So I am representing them. I'll have their short videos and their messages for you. So let's go to the location. This is Thiruvananthapuram, Thiruvallam, Vandithalam. Amidst coconut grove, overlooking to the west side sea of Pachalur. So, the pointer. Anyways, the site is having an irregular shape. We have 2 access roads on either sides, and as you see in this sketch, the middle portion is having a slope towards a negative slope or a deeper slope than the approach roads. So there was a challenge in handling the rainwater or stormwater drainage, and the task was to house a single building housing almost 2 lakh plus square feet, and that to adopting sustainable measures. Why green approach? Especially I would like to mention a few points. The Indian building industry is highly decentralized with agencies engaged in design construction. When we come to deal with project of this scale, it is really difficult to handle all the agencies like design, construction agencies, equipment, provision, installation, renovation, and working together with all those people. Each group may be organized to some extent, but there is a limited interaction among groups, thus disabling the integrated design and implementation process. So, hence, it is very important to define and bring in sustainable building practices and their benefits. So, we thought of registering this project to Griha and to adopt a very organized and organized method to achieve minimal a building which leaves a minimal environmental footprint. So, it calls for an approach to design and construction that includes all consultants from the beginning itself. This drastically reduces time and material overruns and increased project costs. So those things were really a challenge because a project of this scale would shoot up to any level if we are not organized. So engaging all the consultants from the beginning and to adopt an organized method of from the planning to the implementation was really a need for such a project of this scale. And how we will achieve this? The following aspects of building design are looked into in an integrated way for a green building design. Site planning, building envelope design, building design, systems design, like HVAC, lighting, electrical, water heating, etc. Integration of renewable energy sources to generate on-site energy. Then water and wastewater management, selection of ecologically sustainable materials with highly recycled content, rapidly renewable resources like with low emission potential, etc. Indoor environmental quality, that is maintaining thermal and visual comfort and air quality. So, and now coming to the basic design from the site planning and the design considerations of the building planning. So, the sketch shows the schematic diagram of the plot, and where you can see the can I get this one? It's okay. It's okay. So. These are the farther ends where we have the access roads and it is connected with the circulation line as you can see, and the building is positioned, block is positioned in the largest potential area where we could design as a building of such a big scale. The building utilizes the natural terrain to its maximum. And as I mentioned, there was a negative slope towards the center. The build form is created around an energy core. You might have noticed there was a central area where the negative slope was there. That was developed as an energy core for this building. And now, as you can see, the east-west axis where we have provided a axial focal point, and the building is positioned along that axis. It is positioned in the central axis along with the east-west direction, which gathers maximum energy from nature. All spaces are naturally ventilated. As you can see in the section, there is a grand courtyard in the center, which acts as a heat sink, and it gives a natural ventilation for almost all the spaces. The building is designed with lifts and ramps to ensure barrier-free access. Now, green concepts and considerations. What are we looking forward from this approach? The green building will be creating smallest ecological impact. Um, we aim to minimize the demands on non-renewable resources and maximize the utilization efficiency of these resources when in use, and maximize the use of recycling of available resources, utilization of renewable resources, etc. We'll just rush through. I think the time is running. I think I need more time. Anyways, we'll go to the site planning. These are the two major buildings, engineering college and the business school adjacent to it. The building orientation opening towards the east. As you can see, this opening is towards the east. This is the opening. And we have and there is a canteen at that corner, a business school. Car parking and vehicular access is restricted to the central circulation area, and we have provided a circular road around the building, college building. We have a central congregational area which acts as a grand court, and all the Hello. We have a cafeteria block over here. That's the principal quarters, and this is the main building. We have a business school positioned over there. These are the two entries. This is a main entry and a service entry. So we have a circulation access and access to the east-west, along which the building is designed on both sides. Building platform evolution. The circular platform was adopted to utilize maximum plot area and to avoid negative spaces in and around the building. The circular courtyard was formed, synergizing activities to the central space. The courtyard is equally accessible from all the spaces, academic and administrative. Thus, it forms an interactive core. And that's a schematic sketch. You can see A, B, C, D, and E, and there is an F block also. So the building was planned in phases and has six blocks: A block, B block, C block, up to F. And these are the plans, flow plans. And this is the axis, as we mentioned, east-west axis. So this part forms D. So all the blocks are divided with expansion joints, and it is designed independently. And this evolution of form. The basic aspects we considered while the evolution was natural ventilation, and as you see, the site slope utilization. It was done with minimum site development. The grand courtyard acts as a heat sink. The heavy and one of the best things we could do is we have provided all the labs for the 5 departments to the basement, so that all the noisy things and almost all the technical matters are going to the basement. And another challenge for the site was it was an air route, and it is really challenging to have classrooms without flight noises. So we have given a buffer with a double roofing so that it will not impact to the noise to the classrooms. That was even advised by the acoustical consultant. So insulate noise from the academic area. There is a buffer zone, the roof, which insulates the building from heat gain, and also as a sound buffer to the air route noise in the particular site. Yeah. And this is a section which was developed from the concept. As you see, this is a lab portion. This is a double height lobby space, 2 more floors and a buffer floor. That double roof lowers the heat gain. Courtyard acts as a heat sink. Solar panels on the rooftop. Then cross ventilation using the courtyard, and skylight to the basement. We have provided the skylight to the lab floors also from the courtyard. And this is a form. Yeah, I'll rush through. So this form has given us maximum usable area with minimum wastage of courtyard spaces, easy connectivity by a single corridor from one end to another. So we have 2 concentric corridors which is connecting all the spaces. This is a administrative area. This is a 400 pax auditorium. These are the what you see in the green are the academic zones, and this is a toilet block. These are the upper floors where you can see the corridors are running, and we have small courtyards in between also. So all the rooms are naturally ventilated. All the classrooms are naturally ventilated from the courtyard, from the internal courtyard and the exterior. So, and it is well connected with the corridors and all looking towards the central courtyard. And this is a basement with all the labs, and the color codes denotes different departments. And there is a Griha approach. I'll just mention these are the strategies and processes by which we can register and register in Griha. And Griha guidelines, that is another big topic. We need more time for that, so I'm just skipping it off. What we have, these are the points where which explains what we have achieved through the Griha approach. Basically thermal and visual comfort, and many more. Adopting renewable energy, we have energy efficient technologies, including energy management also. So I'll just rush through. We'll just have a few photographs from site during construction. This is a column layout. The one part, structural frame. and few words from the structural consultant. We'll just rush through. The sound is not working.
Based in Kochi. I have been in this field of structural design for the last 50 plus years. In 2014 or so, architect Shibu Aboosali has entrusted me a work of designing of Hyatt College of Engineering, Trivandrum. The plan was very challenging and a very attractive plan. I have never seen an engineering college in Kerala with that design. So it was very interesting for me to do such a design, such an innovative plan. So the challenge, the most important challenge I had to face there was, of course, being a circular building, there were so many challenges. But the main challenge I had to face is the design of the auditorium, which measures the outer flex is measuring up to 27 meters, in around 15 meters, and the down 25 meters. So designing.
I think there is a sound issue. Just lower the voice. I'll just explain what he's trying to say. Actually, we had many challenges right from the shape of the building. Now he is explaining a very huge span which we adopted for the 400 pax auditorium inside the building. It was achieved with grid slabs. It was almost 27 meter by 25 meter span. So that is what he's trying to explain. I think unfortunately we have some sound issues with that. So we'll skip that video. He was supposed to attend this meeting today, but due to his health issue, he was not. Okay, now this is the building. That was a visualization. And now coming to the landscape scheme. We have points for Griha from landscape also. So the criterions which we have achieved, that is soil conservation, reduced landscape water requirement, etc. We have a video from the landscape consultant also. I think the time is far more than I was supposed to. So I will just go through the slides. This was the landscape scheme that was developed for the building. That is the banyan tree that is proposed in the corner in front of that canteen building. And there ends the axis from the east to the west. Yeah. This is the banyan tree. Those were the criterions we have achieved for the Graha, adopting this landscape scheme. And these are the finished final pictures from the college. These are the photos during, just before the completion. The canteen building, central court. There is a short video from 40 seconds video from the...
Hi everybody, I am Dr. Farooq Saeed, Principal, ACE College of Engineering. The building of ACE College of Engineering is very beautifully and ergonomically designed by its architect, Mr. Shibu Aboosali. The building is designed into consecutive circles, and every space in the building is very optimally utilized with sufficient open space and cross ventilation. As a user, we are very much satisfied with the space utilization in the building, and anybody who visits the institution is very much impressed by the design and the architecture of the building. Thank you.
So we have grabbed a award for outstanding concrete structure for this building. And those are the other accolades. So we'll just have a screening of the video from landscape architect and video. This is the auditorium.
Actually, the site was very challenging. The case landscaping integrate ചെയ്ത് ആർക്കിടെക്ചറുമായിട്ട് ഇൻറ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ബേസിക് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഐ ഷുഡ് സേ അതായിരുന്നു മെയിനായിട്ട് ഇപ്പോൾ ദി ഡിസൈൻ പോളിസി ആയിരുന്നു ടു റിഡ്യൂസ് ദി overpowering architecture and integrating the architecture into the landscape. അപ്പോൾ അതിനെ ബേസിക്കായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ കുറേ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ്സും കുറേ കളർ തീംസും ലാൻഡ്സ്കേപ്പിലുള്ള കളർ തീംസും വെച്ചിട്ട് അതിനെ ഇൻറ്റഗ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആയിരുന്നു. ബേസിക്കായിട്ട് ലാൻഡ്സ്കേപ്പ് കളർ തീംസ് ടു ബ്രിങ് ഇൻ കളർ തീംസ് ഇൻ ടു ദി ആർക്കിടെക്ചർ വാസ് ഇവിടെ ഇത് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് പഠിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു അറ്റ്മോസ്ഫിയർ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. At the same time, there should be seriousness affect the other. There should be gaiety and mood elevated situation generate ചെയ്യണം. So our seriousness നഷ്ടപ്പെടാൻ പാടില്ല. At the same time, stress develop ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല. It should be more of a playful area where the mind can concentrate and focus on to the studies. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ അതിനെ നമ്മൾ ഷൂട്ട് ചെയ്ത് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തത് കളർ സ്കീമേഴ്സ് യെല്ലോ ആൻഡ് ഓറഞ്ച് ഓർ റെഡ്. സോ ഇതിൽ ബേസിക്കായിട്ട് ഇത് രണ്ട് കളേഴ്സും കോംപ്ലിമെൻ്ററി ആണ്, ബട്ട് വിഷ്വലി കോൺട്രാസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ വിഷ്വൽ കോൺട്രാസ്റ്റ് കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള സ്പീഷീസാണ് നമ്മൾ എടുത്തത് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തത്. ഒന്ന് സ്പാത്തോഡിയ എന്ന് പറയും, അത് പവർഫുൾ സ്കാർലറ്റ് റെഡ് ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ് ആണ് വിത്ത് ഡെൻസ് ഫോളിയേജ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ പെൽറ്റോഫോറം എന്ന് പറയും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കാസിയ ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ, ഇങ്ങനെ 2 ടൈപ്പ് ഓഫ് യെല്ലോ ഫ്ലവേഴ്സ് ഈൽഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ട്രീസാണ് നമ്മൾ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തിരുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഈ 2 കളർ സ്കീമും വാസ് എ റെപ്പറ്റേഷൻ റൈറ്റ് ഫ്രം ദി ട്രീസ് ടു ദി shrubs to the climbers and to the small low level undergrowth. ലോ ലെവൽ അണ്ടർഗ്രോത്തിലും ഈ കളർ സ്കീമിൻ്റെ കോമ്പിനേഷനാണ് നമ്മൾ ഗ്രൗണ്ട് കവേഴ്സിൽ പോലും ഈ കളർ സ്കീമാണ് ഫോളോ ചെയ്തത്. ദിസ് കളർ സ്കീം വാസ് റിപ്പീറ്റഡ് ത്രൂ ഔട്ട് ബൈ ദി റൈറ്റ് മിക്സ്ചർ. അത് ട്രീസിൽ ഈ സ്പീഷീസും ഷ്രബ്സിൽ ലെൻറ്റാന റെഡും ഉണ്ട്, ലെൻറ്റാന യെല്ലോവും നമ്മൾ സെലക്ട് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. കുട്ടികളുടെ ഈ ക്യാൻറ്റീൻ ഏരിയ, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് നോർത്ത്, സൗത്ത്, വെസ്റ്റ്, ഈസ്റ്റ്. സൗത്ത് വെസ്റ്റ് കോർണറിൽ ഒരു ട്രയാങ്കിൾ ബിറ്റാണ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടിയത്. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ നമ്മളൊരു കൊച്ചു ക്യാൻറ്റീൻ പോലെ വെച്ചിട്ട് കുട്ടികളുടെ ഒരു മീറ്റിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് ആയിട്ട് എടുത്തു. ആൻഡ് വി ഹാവ് ക്രിയേറ്റഡ് ആൻ ആക്സസ് ത്രൂ ദി നോർത്ത് ഈസ്റ്റ് ടു ദി സൗത്ത് വെസ്റ്റ്. നോർത്ത് ഈസ്റ്റ് സൗത്ത് വെസ്റ്റ് പാസേജ് വിഷ്വൽ ഇത് കണക്ട് ചെയ്തു. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കോളേജിൽ എൻറ്റർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ when you enter into the college from the eastern side, after parking the car, you will get a continuous visual, framed visuals towards the southwest. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ സൗത്ത് വെസ്റ്റ് ഫോക്കൽ പോയിന്റ് ജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് സൗത്ത് വെസ്റ്റ് ഫോക്കൽ പോയിന്റിൽ വി പ്ലാന്റഡ് എ ഫൈക്കസ് ബെഞ്ചമിന ട്രീ പ്ലാന്റ് ചെയ്തു. ട്രഡീഷണലി ഈ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ഫൈക്കസ് ട്രീ ഈസ് ഈ ബോധി മരം എന്നൊക്കെ പറയും. ബുദ്ധൻ അതിൻ്റെ ഫൈക്കസ് ട്രീയുടെ താഴെ ഇരുന്നാണ് എൻലൈറ്റൻഡ് ആയതെന്നൊക്കെ പറയും. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ശരിക്കും എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനുമായിട്ടും മെഡിറ്റേഷനുമായിട്ടും കൾച്ചറലി ആൻഡ് ഹിസ്റ്റോറിക്കലി കണക്റ്റഡ്. ഇന്ത്യൻ ഹിസ്റ്റോറിക്കൽ കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റിൽ പല സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലും tree has been as one of the major tree which supports the intellectual growth. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ താഴെ ഇരുന്നാണ് പണ്ട് ഗുരുകുലം എഡ്യൂക്കേഷനിൽ ഈ ആശ്രമത്തിലൊക്കെ കുട്ടികളെ പഠിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. No other place where you can plant the ficus tree, because ficus tree branches നല്ലവണ്ണം സ്പ്രെഡ് ചെയ്യും. ട്രീ പർട്ടിക്കുലർലി നമ്മൾ പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്തത് ആ ഒരു ഫോക്കൽ പോയിന്റിൽ where കുട്ടികളുടെ കഫറ്റേരിയയും വരുന്നുണ്ട്. So they can sit beneath this.
Yeah, I think the video is much more than our time limit. So this is the final building and the launch, entry to the launch. So I was trying to explain the green approach with this project, but I think I had more the point related, I mean the Griha points and all ready with me, but time is not permitting. So let's raise or something to be interactive. We'll have that forward.
First of all, let's give a very big, loud round of applause for that presentation. We can move on to the question and answer session. So please, anyone with any doubts, you're free to ask questions. Maybe something regarding the renewable energy, how it was used inside. Anybody has a question on that?
Hello, Mr. Shibu, really good presentation. I just wanted to ask, you had mentioned that there is green points on landscape areas also.
Yeah.
So if you can elaborate on that, because I've heard of in terms of concrete and the structures,
Yeah.
but how does landscape give green points to the building, and how is it beneficial to the end user? Not us as an end user, but the customer, the developer.
Yeah, basically, can you just go to that slide? Excuse me. Can you help me to that slide, landscape? Basically, we can use in landscape It is just integrating the built form to the nature. So it is protecting from the heat gain. It is this slide number almost to the last 30 something, 37 or something. Can you just open that Excel sheet which I have with that? Yeah, next one. Next one. Criteria 3, that was regarding soil conservation and all. So what we have done is we have preserved the topsoil. Before construction, we have preserved the topsoil and we have reused it during after the construction. We have reused it for the landscape purpose. So we didn't take fertile soil from anywhere. We could use that at the site. So that was applied for that point. The other one is we have used lots of native plants so that we could reduce the water use or maintenance wise. Then next slide. Basically, the landscape acts as a sound buffer from the exterior sound, especially for the classrooms. There was a very critical problem, that is a flight sound in that particular site, where the flight comes and turns around that site and goes to the get ready for the landing. So that was actually a critical problem where this site could be discarded as a college or educational campus. So it helped a lot for, and he created literally a bouquet with the trees and all around that circular building. So that helped a lot. So that contributed to the build quality, indoor comfort. And we have reused a lot of materials for the landscape elements, like we have reused tires, old tires for the landscape elements. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful to have you amidst all of us here today.
Thank you, everyone.
I call on stage Changi and Asabloy to please come onto stage and felicitate our speaker with a small memento of our gratitude, please.